Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Uh, Hello everyone. My name is Muhammad Ali Rizieq Wibowo. I am a student of the University of Gajah Mada. I am taking economics in the Faculty of Economics and Business. And today, I will take this opportunity to give myself a proper understanding of the global recession that is predicted to come in the next year, which is the 2023. So I am recording this for the public speaking final exam. Here you go. So first of all, my first motivation to take this particular topic is because from what I have from my background, as also I would like to give a proper shout to my dad, because he helped me to choose this topic, as what I think, from my personal opinion, I've mastered it pretty well. So here's the thing. To start things off, the recession of 2023, it has been predicted by several masters of this topic, of the business analyst in 2022, which there was a video about it on YouTube that I saw back in September. So according to a thorough research by the World Bank, as central banks throughout the world simultaneously raise interest rates in reaction to inflation, the world may be heading toward a global recession in 2023, as what I've mentioned before, and a run of financial crisis in emerging market and developing countries that would harm them permanently. Based off my research, is that central banks have been increasing interest rates this year with a level of coherence not seen in the previous 50 years, as this trend is anticipated to last well into next year, to lower global inflation to pre-pandemic levels. However, the currently anticipated trajectory of the interest rate increases and other policy interventions may not be sufficient, as investors anticipate central banks to boost global interest rates by more than 2 percentage points over their 2021 average through 2023 to about 4%, which is globally saying it is quite a lot. As the next point is, moving on, the study indicates that if supply shortage and labor market pressures don't subside, those interest rate hikes could leave the global core inflation rate at roughly 5% in the upcoming year, which is 2023, which will be nearly twice the 5-year average prior to the pandemic. It is quite high. The report's model suggests that central banks may need to increase interest rates by an extra 2 percentage points in order to reduce global inflation to a rate that is consistent with their aims. If financial market stress were to accompany this, global GDP growth would fall to a 0.5% in 2023. A year for every contraction of 0.4% that will technically qualify as a worldwide recession, which is what has been predicted by the analyst in Indonesia. Quote, global economy is severely dropping and it is likely to continue to slow as more nations experience recession. It was said by David Malpass, the president of the World Bank Group, as he expressed his grave fear that these trends would continue and have terrible long-term effect on people in emerging market and developing countries. Quote, policymakers might change their focus from cutting consumption to growing production in order to achieve low inflation rates, currency stability, and quicker growth. To promote growth and the eradication of poverty, policies should work to increase capital allocation, productivity, and investment, quote, given by the same person, David Malpass. The report emphasized that highly complicated conditions that central banks are now fighting inflation in. A few past global recession indicators have already been sounding the alarm, following a post-recession rebound, as the world economy is currently experiencing its greatest decline since 1970. Compared to the period leading up to previous global recessions, the loss in worldwide consumer confidence has already been much more severe. The three largest economies in the world, the US, China, and the Euro area, have all seen a significant slowdown. Given the situation, even a slight blow to the world economy over the course of the ensuing years might send it to another recession. The report analyzes the current trajectory of economic activity and proposes scenarios for 2022 and 2024 by drawing on lessons learned from previous global recessions. Countercyclical policy is often required during slowdowns like the one we are currently experiencing to support activity. However, even as the global economy slows dramatically, authorities in many nations are being prompted to withdraw policy support due to prospect of inflation and constrained fiscal headroom. To give you a proper example, the experience of the 1970s, the ensuing stagflation period, the worldwide recession of 1982, and the policy responses to the global recession of 1975 all serve to highlight the danger of permitting inflation to remain high while growth is poor. The second lowest growth rate in developing economies over the last 5 decades, behind only 2020, occurred during the worldwide recession of 1982, where more than 40 debt crises were precipitated by it, and many developing economies saw lost growth a decade onwards. Ihan Kos, the acting vice president for equitable growth, finance, and institutions at the World Bank, stated that recent tightening of monetary and fiscal policies, quote, will probably prove helpful in decreasing inflation, quote. However, given how synchronized they are across nations, they may be mutually compounding the tightened financial conditions and exacerbate the slump in global GDP. Emerging market and developing economy policymakers must be prepared to handle any potential spillover effects from a synchronized adjustment on trade rules. To mention some, while maintaining their independence, central banks must properly convey their policy decisions. And the second one would be the removal of fiscal assistance. Measures must be carefully calibrated by fiscal authorities while maintaining coherence with monetary policy goals. And to add, as a civilian myself, I would also like to recommend some tips to anticipate and survive the predicted recession for all citizens and civilians. Build an emergency fund, trim your regular outgoings, such as as in additional expenses that is not needed. Rein in major expenses and squeeze more out of your home. Look for side hustles such as walking dogs, trimming bushes. Find sources of passive income. You could do stocks. Upskill. While during this time, you could also spend more time and on training your skills. Transfer extra income into a hard to reach saving account. Just make yourself an account that could save you in the future. And the last but not least, but it's the most important thing to do, is don't panic. Thank you for listening, and it has been a 9 and more minutes video. Thank you, and I'm signing off. Bye bye.